Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, friends. This is Kimberly. It's episode 279, and I'm so thankful that you're here today. I know so many of you have full-time and part-time jobs. What I'm going to do is talk you through 3 important ways that you can manage your business and podcast even with your jobs. I know so many of you have just been yearning to have a fulfilling career, whether it just be on the side, that you run a few hours a week, or your dream is to go full-time with this business. This episode is for you because we're going to map out these 3 ways to help you so that you can move forward effectively with your business. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey and your podcasting journey. If you're in the idea stage, starting or growing, this is for you. If you're new here, make sure you scroll down in the show notes. I've got some free goodies for you. I have a free Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses and Podcasts, Doing What We Love. So you're welcome to jump in there, and we have fun posts each week, and you can ask questions or get help with your business. I do have some free things for you. Yes, I have party favor for you because you're new. They're welcome gifts. If you're just starting your business, I have a 16-step checklist to keep you on track. People love that. So make sure you download it. I do have a new podcasting bootcamp to help you that's free. It's going to help you see how you can make money with your business and podcast. So make sure you get that because that's going to set you up for success with your podcast. And I have other goodies for you. So check it all out below. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you for the kind words and the appreciation. It means the world to me. And thank you to those of you who have left reviews. It means so much to me. I get teary-eyed on many of them because I'm just so glad that you share your gratitude with me because each week I record and no one is in here with me besides my dog, Tucker. And so I don't get any feedback. And so when you leave it, it's just affirmation that I'm doing what I should be doing. And it's just so great. It's so awesome. But if you've been listening a while and you have found value in this podcast, maybe it makes you smile, maybe it motivates you, maybe it's taught you a lot about business and or podcasting, would you mind taking a few seconds to leave a review? You can hit the 5-star rating. Like if you're in Apple Podcasts, it's super easy. Hit 5 stars. And if you have literally a minute, it may not even take you a minute. It may take you 30 seconds. Just to type out a quick review. You have to give it a title and then a little blurb on why you like this podcast. That would mean so much to me. And I can't help but think that it will show this podcast to more people like you who enjoy this podcast. It'll show it to more when they see your review. So thank you so much for doing that for me. Okay, that's it. On to the episode. Well, hello, friends. How are you? How is everything going in your business? I'm dying to hear. I would love to know what is happening with you. Have you made any big decisions? Have you evolved your business at all? I sure hope you have. I think every year you should be analyzing at the beginning of the year, maybe like February timeframe, what is going on? What happened last year? Where do you really want to go this year? And you're probably thinking, why is she saying February and not January? I have found that when I was working with Grow Getters is that every year, January was just like a big breather. Don't you think? I mean, some of the retail boutiques and product businesses were still selling in January, and then it kind of started dying down end of January, and then February was more quiet. But even with my service-based business owners, coaches, and everybody, it's a time of just coming off of the year, analyzing how you feel, trying to figure out what you want for the next part of the year, and then simplifying things. Don't you find that? And I hope that you're doing that. I hope that you're looking at how your business needs to evolve. I know I've been doing a lot of reflection as well. I've been taking into account things that were working, things that I'm getting asked to help people with the most, and what I feel most called to help people with. So I think you should be doing the same thing. And I'm excited for you. I'm so excited for what is ahead. And today we're talking about how you're going to manage your time and manage everything. If you've got a full-time career or even a part-time job and you're trying to manage a business and or a podcast and it feels like a lot. You may even have kids, you're running around, you've got volunteer things that you're doing.
You may have to be taking care of aging parents. I mean, all of you have so much going on and you're so, so busy. But I know it can get hard and it's stressful because you just want this career as a business owner and a podcaster to be a fulfilling and profitable venture. Am I right? You want it to be fulfilling. You want to know that you're using your gifts for greater, that you're using your God given gifts to make a difference in this world and actually impact lives and feel good about it and make money doing it. Like you want this perfect career, right? I know some of you have been in full time positions where you are just like busting at the seams and you're like, I want to get out of here. I just want my business to succeed. And I think that's smart to have your eye on the prize that hopefully someday you can be full time with this business. Sometimes you have to just kind of sit where you're at and go, this is the season of my life and I've got a full time job and it's paying the bills. And you've got to just go with it, but be working on your business and your podcast on the side. So, how do you do that? How do you manage time? I have coaching clients that have come to me just for this. Like, what do I do? How do I manage my time? I'm running all around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I feel like I have no time. I don't want to leave my family behind. I don't want to, have to sacrifice time with my spouse or things like that. And I know it can be hard, y'all. You just have to decide if you really want to pursue this business, even as just something that you keep on the side for a very long time. That's how I got into it. Just so y'all know, I had a full time job and a new baby when I started my business. And I started it on the side of my full time job at Dell Computers. And what I did was, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what I did. And then we're going to go into the 3 points that I'm going to have for you today. So you'll know exactly how you should manage this. But what I did was have my husband help me all the time. I had to have my husband help, and I would do home shows and we would do vendor shows and markets, and my husband would just help and keep Lexi, my oldest, when she was a baby. And I'd be schlepping all those bins around with all the merchandise and setting up my booth and doing all the stuff. And it was a blast, and I absolutely loved it. So I think it has to be something that you love to do on the side of your career. You know that your career is paying the bills, and maybe you do actually love your career, but you've just always wanted this business. Know that you can do both, but you're going to have to manage it intelligently. So that's what I did. My husband helped me the whole time. We were a team. I did stuff during the week. I did stuff on the weekends. That's the only time I could. And then at some point, I think it was around a year or 18 months into it, I was able to quit my Dell job, actually left it. They were doing layoffs and I raised my hand like, I'll go. I'm ready to be at home with Lexi, pursue my business. And I knew we were going to have another baby anyways. So I just was like, this is the right time. So anyways, that's how it happened for me. But I can tell you how I manage it. And I can tell you how I'm telling my clients to manage it. Now, all these years I've been running my business out of my home, but it's been crazy because I've had 3 children and they were in sports and all their activities. And so I could only work certain hours of the day. So even with not having a full time job, I had to be smart about the timing that I worked on my business and the timing that I worked on other personal stuff. So today, let's talk about it. Let's help you just kind of have a big picture plan because I know so many of you are flailing around and you just don't know what to do about managing your time with all of your other responsibilities so that you can actually pursue this dream of yours. Okay. So, this is my number one recommendation. And I tell all my clients this. We're going to go through 3, but here's the first one: it is to get personal help. I know your inclination is when you start your business, you're like, well, I need someone to help me with this. I need someone to start doing this with all the business things. But what my recommendation is that you get help with your personal things. So when I had my 3rd child, Ava, it was the first time I'd ever had in-home help. And all I mean by that is I hired a young girl that was college age to come over 2 days or 3 days a week. I can't remember, for like 3 hours and play with Ava. And then she could put her down for a nap and then she would leave. So you get personal help so that you can focus on the things you need to focus on in your business. Okay. So I would say if you have children, get a nanny or get help, get your spouse, get a grandparent, get somebody to help you with your kids, maybe on the weekends or at night for some hours So think about it right now. If you wanted to work on the weekends, let's say you wanted to work on Saturday mornings from like 8 to noon, and that was what you did for yourself every week to work on your business. Could your husband take your child or children? Can you send your family off to have a fun, dad kids morning every Saturday morning or something like that? Okay? You've got a plan for personal help that way. Also, you can get a cleaning crew to help clean your house. If you're like, I don't have time to clean my house, I don't have the time to do all that. We had to start getting a cleaning crew. And so at that time when I, had Ava and she was little and my other two, I had the nanny come a few days a week, and then we also had a maid service come, and they would come once every 2 weeks. So that was a big help. Do y'all know what's been the biggest help too? These days, I didn't have all this a while back. Instacart. Y'all, Instacart is amazing for your grocery shopping. No more going to the grocery store and spending an hour or 2 hours doing all that, schlepping all the stuff back, unloading it. Y'all, do Instacart. I have done it for years. I'm obsessed. I still go to the grocery store sometimes on the weekends. I'm like, I want to go to the store and see, what I'm missing out on, because when I do Instacart, I just order the same stuff every week. But it is the most helpful thing. I have ordered at like 7 in the morning and I'll get all my groceries at 8:30. I mean, it's in the morning, in an hour and a half. It's the best thing. I've had them come in 45 minutes before. I could not have made it to the store, shopped, and made it home in that amount of time. I don't even know how they do it, but they did it. So getting personal help with like Instacart. You can also have meal delivery services. There's some local groups that'll do like big casseroles and things like that. I would look into that. I do HelloFresh right now again. I took a hiatus for a while. I'm doing HelloFresh again, where I order it and we get a few meals that are for 4 people. Even though we have 3 people living in the home, it basically only feeds 4 people. I mean, 3 people with a 4-person meal. Do y'all know what I mean? Like, you tell them it's for 4 people, but really it's only enough for me and my daughter and my husband. Like, we eat it all. Anyways, HelloFresh, and that's fun because I don't have to think about what to plan for dinner. They send you the groceries. I still have to cook it, but I love it. So those are all great things. So what help can you get? Can you put your kids into chores and activities around the house? Like Saturday morning, if you need to work from 8 to 10, you can say from 8 to 10, y'all are doing chores. You're cleaning your room, you're vacuuming, you're doing all that stuff. Okay. So there's so many creative things you can do. But what I want you to do is think about your situation, because I don't know if you have kids or not. And I don't know all the things that you need help with. But your first line of defense, as far as saving yourself time so that you can work on this business on the side of your crazy busy life, is to get help personally. Do you need a yard person? Do you need a pool person? Do you need a maid? Do you need Instacart? Do you need HelloFresh? Do you need a babysitter? Do you need your husband to go out and have a special date, day or night with the children? What can you do to free up time so that you're not doing it other times of the week, or finding yourself on Saturday morning going, no, I'm the one that needs to go to the grocery store and clean the house, and you never have time to work on your business? So number 1, get personal help. It's my best advice. I'm telling you, it will help you so much. You're going to see a lot about getting business help right away. I do think you will need business help, but I think a lot of you can run your businesses with a lot of help, without a lot of help in the beginning, actually, on your business, if that makes sense. You need personal help to free up your time so you can figure out what you need help with on your business. I don't want you just blatantly just outsourcing stuff to people when you don't know the quality of work that you need. You don't even know exactly what you need to get done. Okay. So number 1, get personal help. Number 2, set specific hours in the week that you work on your business. I kind of alluded to this a minute ago. Set specific hours. So I want you to think about your week right now. And are there certain times where you're just wasting hours on Netflix, or sitting on your phone on social media, or just laying around? Is it maybe a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, a Tuesday night, a Wednesday night, a Friday, from maybe you get off work early and you could do Fridays 4 to 7 and then go to eat with your spouse? Like, set specific hours that you work on your business. Some of my clients work at night. Their kids will go to bed and they will work from like 9 to 11. And for me, I cringe because I'm such a person that goes to bed early and I need my sleep. I go to bed 10 o'clock and I naturally wake up like 6:30. I don't even have to set an alarm or anything. It's awesome. My body just needs that amount of sleep. And so you have to think about, what are the hours that I have? If you're a night owl, then that works for you. If you can think good, I can't even think. Past like 9 o'clock, my brain is just shutting off, like blurry. I'm tired. I get grumpy. I'm like, I just need to go take a bath and get a glass of tea and go to bed. Okay. So that's what I do. But what specific hours could you work? So again, think right now. What are those wasted hours in your week? Is it on the weekends? What sounds good to you? Like, are you a person that would like to work on your business on the weekend because you have a full time job, or would it be a weeknight? So think it through, pick specific hours. Can you commit to some specific hours right now? Think about that. Okay, so we talked about getting personal help, and I gave you a lot of suggestions. Number two, picking specific hours that you can work on your business each week or map it out on your calendar. If each week is different for you, maybe your job is different where you have different hours, you're a nurse or something like that where your hours change a lot, then maybe you can, at the beginning of every week, set the hours and tell your spouse or that these are the hours that you're going to work and not to take it personally, but that you've got to work on your business, right? So specific hours. Number three, are you ready for this? It's to keep your business very, very streamlined. Streamlined and simple. Those are awesome words for your business. Y'all, so many of you are getting affected by all the marketing that's thrown at you that you need to have this and that and do this and that and use this tool and that tool and Instagram 20 times a day and reels and start a YouTube and do a podcast, which I'm all for the podcast. Y'all know it. I'm not bashing any of these. But when you think you have to do all this complicated stuff, you are going to hurt your business. You're actually going to sabotage your business. You're going to sabotage the time that you just created by getting personal help and setting specific hours. You have to keep your business so streamlined. A very simple website with a very simple offering. I'm talking about all of you new business owners here in the beginning, right? Do not have 50 products if you have physical products. I want you to be focusing on a few, maybe under 5 specific products that you offer. Even some of y'all only need one. If you're a service provider, a coach, or a consultant, you start out with one-on-one coaching. You will help people. Then you can say, okay, I'm going to start maybe a group program or I'm going to offer a course. But if you do too much at once, you will spend all your time creating and you won't have any time to sell and get people in this stuff and actually help people do it. Right? So some of you probably may not be able to do a group kind of coaching program, but maybe you could have like an online community and you check it every day after work. You have a course that you sell and it's that simple. It's that simple. And then you have a simple funnel. If y'all know the word funnel, it just means how you funnel people from learning about your business to raising their hand to somehow get a free something from you or follow you on Instagram or YouTube or listen to your podcast. And then maybe giving you their email address for something that you have, a community, a free download, a free training, whatever it may be, a free quote, and then into a program. So from stranger to buyer, a very simple funnel that you're taking it through. A lot of y'all have complicated things and are trying to do too many things for your business. Y'all, it should be so simple you can explain it in 3 seconds. For me, I have a podcast that leads to either a Facebook group or they can get a free download. Many of y'all have gotten my free download, 16-step checklist, my Ikigai guide, a free podcast training. So that's it. Then y'all are on my email list. I've had workshops, paid workshops before. Now I have a group program that I've had for a long time, Grow Getters. Now I have a podcasting program that's coming out, a course, which I have now, and a podcasting group program. So this is 5 years in. This is what I have. But even me, I'm scaling back right now. It's February 2025. And like I said in the beginning, I am scaling back on a lot of things and I'm focusing on what I do best and what people are willing to pay for, what help they really need so they can move forward. Right? So your business has to be so streamlined. So I want you to assess what you're trying to do in your business and what is like frustrating you when you think about your business. Is it like because you were trying to set up some fancy website or you're trying to do YouTube and podcasts and something else? I'm talking about those of you in the very beginning of your business, right? Because you can get to that where you expand and do all these things. But those of you in the beginning, like all of that, have you considered what you're doing? Look at it from a 10,000 foot view, or even if I was there with you and I said, okay, can you map out for me on this piece of paper real quick? Tell me how people become strangers and turn into buyers, like how they go from strangers to buyers, like what happens? How do they hear about you? Then how do they get in your circle? How do they take next steps and how do they buy? And what are they buying? What are their options? I would want to know. And I would hope that it's super simple. If you're looking at that and you would be cringing because you know that you've done all these different things and it's feeling very overwhelming and it's taking you a ton of time and you can't complete any of it and your head is spinning, then you probably have too much stuff. It's not streamlined. It's not streamlined. Let's streamline it. Let's make it the most simple offer. Like, what if I told you, you have the freedom to make this as simple and streamlined as possible so that it takes you the least amount of time, but you can make the most amount of money? Wouldn't you be excited? Wouldn't you be? You'd be so excited. And what would you get rid of if I said that? I think you know. I think you know. If you don't know, you always know you can book a one-on-one coaching call with me and we can work through real quick what you can streamline, what you can get rid of. Also, too, what I'm seeing is a lot of you are so caught up in all the tech and tools and software. Like you have way too much stuff. You don't need that much. You just need a website platform. You need a way to email people and you need a way for people to buy your offer. And then if you have a digital offer, like it's some kind of course download, you need to have a way they can download that. Y'all, it's not that hard, but we complicate it. I did too. I started building up after a couple years in a whole bunch of stuff. And now I'm like, okay, what am I doing? I'm streamlining it back. Like we can't let ourselves do that. And if you have a product business, y'all, I'm telling you, that's how I got in trouble with my product businesses. Now they were great and profitable, but in the end, when I closed them and I had so much inventory, it was redonkulous. So much wasted money. Now I ended up donating it because I didn't even have time to like sell it off. I was like, I'm done. I'm going to give it to the women's homeless shelter. There was like sleeping bags and nap mats and tote bags. And I just was like, here. But it was a big boo-boo on my part. So my big advice for all of y'all is not too much inventory if you have physical products. So not too much inventory. And if you have digital products, a very simple path for people. Okay? This is how you do it. If you have a full-time job, part-time job, or you just are super busy with life, number one, get personal help. Any way that you can get personal help. Number two, set specific hours for the week that you're going to work. And if you can plan it out a month ahead, plan it out and tell your spouse and your kids. Otherwise, do it week to week. Number three, keep the back end and front end of your business super streamlined and simple. Stop complicating it. Stop thinking that you are, not going to do well because you don't have all the things that they're telling you that you have to have and all the marketing that's being thrown at you. Keep it super simple. That's what I'm all about. And I think you're going to be so much happier that you get to pursue this on the side of a career that's paying the bills right now, which is amazing and awesome. Someday, if this works out, maybe it's soon. Maybe it's within a year. Maybe it's in 6 months. You can go part-time with your job and then you can quit altogether. How amazing would that be? I would love to help you. If you're here today, you're starting a business or a podcast and you would love to have both, your podcast to grow your business and your business to help the world, then reach out. I've got programs to help you, group program for podcasting and one-on-one coaching anytime. I always offer it. You can do just an hour. It's about you getting the help you need so you can get moving forward now. I'm so excited for you. So that's it. Y'all have a great day. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.